What if I told you that having two incomes doesn't make families safer, but actually more fragile? For decades, Americans were told a simple formula: get married, both adults work, earn more money, and life will be secure. But today, despite record numbers of dual-income households, more families are living paycheck to paycheck than ever before. This is the shocking reality behind the idea known as the two-income trap. The concept comes from the groundbreaking research in the book The Two-Income Trap, written by Elizabeth Warren before she entered politics. The core argument is simple but disturbing. When families began relying on two incomes instead of one, they didn't become twice as stable, they became twice as vulnerable. In the past, one income paid the bills, and the second income acted as a safety net. Today, both incomes are required just to survive. As more households added a second earner, competition for key necessities exploded. Housing prices near good schools skyrocketed. Health insurance became tied to employment. Childcare costs surged. Families didn't use the second income to save, they used it to bid against other families doing the exact same thing. The result? Higher fixed expenses and almost no margin for error. Here's the trap. When one person loses a job, gets sick, or needs time off, the entire system collapses. There's no backup anymore. Missing even one paycheck can mean falling behind on rent, credit cards, or medical bills. Two incomes sound powerful, but they leave families walking a financial tightrope with no safety net underneath. And this isn't about bad choices or poor money management. This is a structural problem. The economy quietly shifted risk from corporations and governments onto individual families. Dual incomes didn't create freedom, they created dependence. In the next part, we'll break down exactly how this system locks families in, why debt becomes unavoidable, and why working harder isn't the solution anymore.
Now, let's go deeper into why escaping the two-income trap feels almost impossible once you're inside it. When both adults must work just to cover basic expenses, families lose flexibility. Jobs stop being opportunities and start becoming lifelines. You can't easily quit a toxic workplace, negotiate better hours, or take career risks because one lost paycheck can trigger a chain reaction. Missed rent, unpaid childcare, rising credit card debt. Childcare is one of the biggest hidden pressures in this system. For many American families, the cost of daycare is equal to or even higher than rent. Parents aren't working to build wealth anymore. They're working just to afford someone else to watch their kids while they work. And if one parent stays home, the family often can't survive on a single income due to inflated housing, healthcare, and insurance costs. That's not choice, that's financial coercion. Debt then becomes the glue holding everything together. Credit cards, car loans, student loans, and medical bills fill the gap between income and reality. Families aren't irresponsible, they're trapped. The system assumes perfect conditions: no layoffs, no illness, no pregnancy complications, no aging parents needing care. But real life doesn't work that way. One emergency is all it takes for the entire structure to crack. This is exactly what Elizabeth Warren warned about: the loss of the shock absorber. In single-income households of the past, the second adult could step in during a crisis. Today, both incomes are already maxed out. There's no cushion left, only stress and constant fear of falling behind. And the cruel irony? Families with two incomes often look successful from the outside. Nice house, newer car, stable lifestyle. But behind closed doors, they're one bad month away from disaster. In Part 3, we'll talk about how families can protect themselves, rethink success, and build real financial resilience in a system designed to keep them running in place.
So, how do you escape the two-income trap in a system that's designed to keep you stuck? The answer isn't simply earning more money, it's regaining control. The first step is reducing fixed expenses, not upgrading lifestyle with every raise. Real freedom doesn't come from a bigger house or a newer car, it comes from flexibility. When your monthly obligations are low, you buy yourself time, choices, and peace of mind. Next is rebuilding a true safety net. In a two-income world, savings matter more than ever. An emergency fund isn't optional, it's survival. Even a few months of expenses can mean the difference between a temporary setback and long-term financial damage. Families that survive shocks aren't the ones who earn the most. They're the ones who can pause without panic. Another critical shift is redefining success. Society celebrates dual-income households that look busy, productive, and successful. But real success is resilience. It's the ability for one person to step back when a child is sick, when a parent needs care, or when mental health demands rest, without the entire household collapsing. That kind of stability is more powerful than any job title or salary. This is the deeper warning behind the ideas popularized by Elizabeth Warren. The danger isn't that families aren't working hard enough. It's that the system quietly normalized maximum risk as normal life. When both incomes are mandatory, families absorb all the downside, while institutions stay protected. When both incomes are mandatory, families absorb all the downside, while institutions stay protected. Corporations can lay off workers overnight. Insurance companies can raise premiums. Housing markets can spike without warning. But families are expected to adapt instantly, without support, without pause, and without failure. That imbalance is the real danger of the two-income trap. It turns everyday life into a high-risk gamble. The smartest move isn't rebellion against work, it's preparation against instability. That means building optionality, side skills, multiple income streams that aren't tied to one employer, flexible work arrangements, and living below your maximum capacity. The goal is not to escape the system overnight, but to stop being fully exposed to it. Partial independence is still protection. It also means having honest conversations inside households. Two incomes should be a strategy, not a dependency. Families that plan for the possibility of one income disappearing, even temporarily, are the ones that survive layoffs, illness, and economic downturns with their dignity intact. Hope is not a plan. Margin is. And finally, remember this. The two-income trap doesn't fail everyone at once. It works until it doesn't, until the moment life interrupts the spreadsheet. That's why awareness matters. When you understand the trap, you stop blaming yourself and start making smarter, calmer decisions that prioritize long-term stability over short-term appearances. This message isn't about fear, it's about protection. Protect your flexibility, protect your savings, protect your peace of mind. Because in a system built on maximum risk, the most powerful move you can make is to stay protected.
The two-income trap teaches us one final lesson. More income does not automatically mean more security. Without margin, income is just fuel for a system that keeps demanding more. The real goal isn't to run faster, it's to step off the treadmill. If this perspective changed the way you think about money, share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more breakdowns that challenge the financial myths we were all taught. And remember, freedom isn't about how much you earn, it's about how little control money has over your life.